What's guys, welcome back to the channel. So today we have a final review on the AMT 2021 Dodge Charger police car, or pursuit police car you want to call it. And I gotta say, this thing turned out really awesome. I'm gonna say this right now, this is probably one of the best AMT kits out there. I mean, this is a modern kit and everything just goes together super well, and this can go with any Dodge Charger kit from AMT. Either it's the RT, police car, or their new Hellcat. I mean, this kit it just goes together super well, and it literally goes together like a Tamiya kit. It does not even feel like an AMT kit, to be honest. And this thing is it's incredible. It's a really awesome and really nice kit all around. So let's go ahead and show you what we did to ours. Of course, for New York, I want to do a New York State Trooper police car, the one I see on the road pretty much every day on a highway or whatever. And this is exactly what it looks like. So the decals came from a guy on eBay. I'll leave a link down below to his eBay store. He has a few decals for this kit, or if you want a decal especially made for this kit and stuff, your best option is go to STS Decals. But luckily for this guy, he had this decal sheet ready to go. So, and it fits perfect. The only major thing that it fit perfect, and the only thing that I had to do was this back panel back here. It was a little bit too long, so I had to cut that a little bit back there, but not too big a deal. But everything else fit perfect, and it looks really good. Roof decal and also license plates and stuff. It's really cool. So the decal sheet turned out pretty good. Really happy about that. The color is actually custom mix from Splash Paints. Sam, he actually found the color, and this is exactly what it looks like, this dark blue. New York is actually changing the color now. It's actually like a metallic silver now, but all the Chargers actually had this blue now because, well, it's an older color, and the Chargers don't really have this color anymore. So it's basically going onto the Mustangs and stuff. But this is really accurate, and Sam has done an absolutely outstanding job on this color. Of course, with 2K clear coated, the whole thing, it looks really good. I'm actually really happy how this turned out, and Sam did an absolutely outstanding job on this thing. It looks really good. Some of the accessories are 3D printed. We got the license plate meters back there 3D printed, and the little antenna tubes are 3D printed, so that looks pretty cool. That's pretty much only thing 3D printed wise. It's just those antennas and the 3D print, or the license plate scanners. That's pretty much about it. Everything else is from the kit. That includes the push bar, the spotlights, the roll bar, or the light bar you want to call it. The light bar is actually pretty cool. This is actually very close, if not very accurate, to the New York ones, which is pretty cool. And a lot of police cars, when the lights are off, because I want to look like this car, lights were not on. New York actually has the lights that are, they're tinted, so they're already tinted red and stuff. So even though they're not on, but they have that tint on them still. Because a lot of cop cars, different states and stuff, actually are just plain, white and stuff. But that's not the case for New York. So had to highlight those, which is a little bit of pain. Lucky for New York, all the front lights are all red. And then back one, of course, get the red and the blues and the whites and the yellows and stuff. So I had to detail paint that a little bit, but not too big a deal. It is clear in the center for the New York ones, so that's pretty neat. And this kit, it does include 2 light bars. So it has this one, and one other one has grooves on the top. So pick whichever one you choose, or closer to your state, you want to do your state, or again, there are 3D printed ones on eBay and stuff if your state has like a completely different light bar in general. But yeah, this kit, everything is really nice. Some holes, since this is basically the RT version of the Charger, not the actual police car. So there are some things you have to drill in to make it to a police car. So if you want to have the light bar, you're going to have to drill the 4 holes on the roof. That goes the same for the push bar, the 2 holes on the bumper and stuff, and the same for the spotlights. You got to drill the holes on the A-pillar. So there's holes gonna be drilled, and that goes for the seam interior and stuff. So all the police accessories you're gonna have to drill and you can mount it up as for the regular RT into the police car, so not too big a deal. And all the holes, that's the only thing about this kit, all the holes are already really nice for all the parts to go in, but I do recommend you do have to hack those holes out just a little bit, because after paint they do get a little tight, so just hack those out a little bit before you do mount the parts on, because always you're gonna do a lot of thumb strength on those parts to get them into the holes properly. So just drill those out a little bit, and that way they can go in easier. But yeah, whole thing turned out really good. The wheels and tire package is fantastic. These are very accurate to the police car wheels, because police car wheels are kind of small and they have a wider sidewall tire. So because they're running over curves and stuff, they're in a police chase, so they have to have this thicker sidewall tire. So but yeah, these tires are perfect. The wheels are perfect. You have these steel wheels, and you have two steel wheels in the kit. You have these ones, the generic ones, and you do have one more fancier steel wheels, just in case you want to do like an undercover unit, because of the undercover unit cop cars use different type of steel wheels. So do your best and you choose whichever steel you want, and then of course your hubcaps look pretty cool. But yeah, the whole exterior turned out fantastic. You do have a license plate scanner right here on the front bumper or on the push bar. I don't think New York has that, but I think it looks pretty cool, so I decided to put it on there. So that is that. All the headlights and stuff, like I said, everything just fits so good. You do have the windshield or windows for your front glass, but I just had wheels out to make it look like the windows are down, so you can actually see the interior a little bit more, or a little bit better I should say. So but you can have all the windows up if you want to. But yeah, that's pretty much about it for the exterior. Let's go to the chassis. I basically did it all in dark aluminum from Alcrad. It looks pretty good, and of course everything on the chassis is separate. It goes for your axle, all those like black heat shieldings, and heat shieldings for your exhaust. Your exhaust is separate. Everything down there is separate. Your drive shaft, so you easily detail paint that if you want to do like an old body cover overspray. I just kept it aluminum from the factory or whatever. But yeah, all those parts fit so good. Like I mentioned, just drill those holes out a little bit fatter or bigger, because again, those holes get a little tight after paint and stuff, but not too big a deal. But the whole chassis, like I said, it turned out fantastic. You do have opposing steering, which is pretty cool. The steering is a little wonky, so you move one wheel, the other wheel won't move, so you have to kind of move by hand, but not too big a deal. I do have my opposing steering on here. It looks pretty cool. It looks kind of appropriate for the police car, so that looks pretty cool. But yeah, the whole chassis is, like I said, everything down there is separate except your gas tank. I did detail paint it or airbrush the gas tank black, but you can't really see it. So if you want to see your time, just detail paint the gas tank on the edges where the wheel well is and stuff, and that's pretty much about it, because the heat shielding, the plastic black shielding on there, it just covers the whole gas tank. So that is that. But yeah, the exhaust I did in steel, drive shaft in black, the axle I did in regular aluminum, and like I mentioned, the whole chassis is all dark aluminum and stuff. And then the suspension parts here and there are, I guess, semi-gloss black, so it looks pretty cool. And of course, airbrush the wheel wells, so they're flat black. So yeah, the chassis is really nice chassis, and you're gonna have fun detailing it. I mean, it's a really fun chassis. It's really awesome, and detail on it is fantastic. So if you take this to shows, don't feel embarrassed to show the chassis, because this is absolutely outstanding. The detail in this thing is amazing. Let's go ahead and go to the interior. The interior, again, for being a police car, they're very basic. They're all black. So the interior is all, like I mentioned, it's all black, but it's different shades of black. So I did mention this on my second update. This is all Rust-Oleum black. I just decan them and use my airbrush for it, because the airbrush is better for display cans and stuff from Rust-Oleum. So the dashboard and the center console is like a satin black. And then the seats, I did replicate that as cloth, because all these cop cars, they have cloth interior seats for the front seats. So that is pure flat black from Rust-Oleum. And of course, use your airbrush and keep your airbrush back by like 6 inches, half a foot, and that way it will have that like textured look to it. So it looks like actual like cloth. Looks really good. The laptop is I think I did the same as dashboard, as like a satin black and stuff. Of course, the gauges or the buttons and stuff I did as a satin black from Ammo, I think, or yeah, Ammo, something like that. So it looks pretty cool. And then the partition I did in flat black, pure flat black, you know, not textured. So just put my airbrush a little closer. There's a rubber seal on there. So the rubber seal is actually AK pen, which is rubber seal, rubber black you want to call it. And then the back seats did in a gloss black or semi-gloss black to represent plastic, because those back seats are plastic on the real cars. It all depends. I think they're cloth or plastic. I think most of them are plastic. It all depends which cop cars you want to do. I did plastic because it looks pretty cool to have a different tone of black back there. So that is that. I did do black flocking on the front floor, and in the back I just did it gloss because again that's probably all leather floor mats back there, just in case the perks, you know, they do something stupid back there and they, you know, gotta make a mess. So it's easier for the cops back there to clean up the mess a little bit. It's also easier to slide in the perks into the seat easier when it's plastic. So that looks pretty cool. But yeah, the whole interior looks really good. I did add a gun back there in the center console. That is not in the kit, but you can easily fit about 3 guns behind the center console. So I just add that one. That is gunmetal, so it looks pretty cool. And other than that, everything else is in the kit besides the gun. You got the laptop, center console, you got the light bars back here, so it looks really fantastic. The interior turned out really good. Again, you do have to drill the holes for your laptop mount and your partition in the interior, and you do have to drill a hole in the dashboard for your column shifter. That's really cool. They include the column shifter, so you're gonna have to drill a hole in the dashboard as that. It tells you instructions. It's right behind the steering column. So it's pretty cool. So yeah, the interior turned out fantastic. I'm really happy how that looks. So best thing is the engine. Let's go ahead and pop the hood off because I think I might be able to, because it just kind of slides on. There we go. So the engine is very basic on these cop cars. So this is basically the same engine that comes in the RT version of the AMT kit. It's just a regular standard Hemi, but only difference about this one between the street version of the Hemis is police cars, they don't use the engine cover. So they not use the engine cover. You do have the engine cover in the kit, so if you want to use the engine cover you can, but I'm going to tell you right now, all the cop cars don't use it because they're constantly maintaining these cars, because these cars are idling non-stop. They're abused, they're dusty, so they just constantly maintain these cars and engines and stuff, so they don't even bother with the engine cover. So the engine block is matte aluminum from Alcrad. It does tell you like silver and stuff, but they're all like a matte aluminum and stuff. So did that, and the valve black, the valve cover and the intake and the filter that is like a semi-gloss. So I did that and stuff. So I did a little bit of wiring here and there for the spark plug coils and stuff. And then you do have your windshield wash fluid in yellow, and your antifreeze in white and stuff. So you can detail paint all that. I did weather the engine a little bit with engine grime from Ammo by Meg, because like I said, I want this engine to look like it's kind of dirty and stuff, because again, it's a cop car. They're on dusty roads, and it's constantly out there, so the engine bay gets a little dusty and dirty and stuff. So, but nothing too major on the engine. The detail in this kit and this engine is really nice. It goes together super well. So you're gonna have no issues with that at all. So, but other than that, guys, that's pretty much about it for this build. It's an awesome build. I absolutely had a blast building it. It took me about I think it took me about 2 weeks to build this. I mean, I just had a blast, and it's a really fun kit. Any Dodge Charger kit from AMT, either it's the RT, this one, the police car, or the new one that just came out, which is the Hellcat. Again, these are going to go there super well because it's a modern AMT kit. Only thing like I mentioned you have to watch out is those holes, those milk cream pin holes. Just drill those out just a little bit after paint, and that parts will slide into easier, so you're not stressing your thumb out too much by pushing the parts too hard. But other than that, the whole thing turned out fantastic. I absolutely love this kit. It turned out really good. I really do recommend it. And you can do different versions of this car as well. If you want to do like a slick top, you can without the light bar. You can do a slick top. You want to do an undercover unit with the steel wheels. You can do all kinds of stuff with this car. It's really cool. Or if you just want to do it or if you just want to do like a regular basic Dodge Charger, you can do that because you do have the stock parts in this kit as well. You do have the stock grill, your stock in center console. You have all the stock parts to do literally a basic RT if you want to. Only thing you're not getting is the regular RT wheels. You're just getting steel wheels in this kit. That's pretty much about it. So if you want to do like a regular Dodge Charger with no specs at all, with a regular standard hood with no cowl hood or nothing like that, you can do it. You're just getting steel wheels in this kit. But other than that, it's a really awesome kit. I really do recommend it. But other than that, guys, that's it for this video. There are pictures of it in the photo booth at the end. But until my next video, I'll catch you guys over here.